Today we're going to make an expressive face in clay, and this is the second part where we're going to make the eyes. The first video, we made the shape of the head using 2 pinch pots. And now we're going to grab some clay. You want to make sure you have the same amount of clay for both eyeballs, and then roll them into 2 small spheres. Now you can actually fit 5 eyes on your head going from left to right. And you have enough room in the middle of your 2 eyes for another eyeball. So those are the general proportions. So if I look at it, I want to also place my eyes in the center of the head. So you place them halfway from the top of the head to the chin. So I drew some lines there to indicate that. I also drew a line for an axis down the middle so that I can make my eyes and my features of my face symmetrical. You can also draw some other guidelines to show where the bottom of the nose is and where the middle of the mouth is going to be. Now remember, I am going to be adding some clay to the chin. And right now I'm adding clay to the forehead. It's really important that you build up clay when you're modeling a face. This is an additive technique, modeling. So you want to build up, especially in the forehead, clay, because if you look at a person's head, your eyes don't pop out. You don't want your eyes to look like they're popping out of the head. So you need to add clay for the brow and then for the nose before I start working on the eyes too much. Now, make sure you scratch and attach if you're adding clay to leather hard clay. So if the head has become leather hard from the past class, make sure you scratch, add water, and attach before you add clay. That will ensure that it won't crack. Now, it's really essential that you use the modeling tools because my fingers are too big to get into a small sculpture like this. So instead of using your fingers, try using different size modeling tools to get into different areas. I'm using them to smooth out the brow and the fleshy part above the eye. You can use your fingers too on some of the larger parts. You can see that I haven't attached the eyes yet. I want to make sure they're in the right position and they're the right size before I attach them. So I can see now I want to really build up that brow, build up the forehead. And my eyes are starting to look like they sit back inside the skull instead of popping out. So as you're making your face, you don't want to just make one feature at a time. You want to work on all the features at once. You don't want to finish the eyes and then go to the nose and then finish the nose and move on to the mouth. So as you can see, I'm working on all the features together. So in this segment, you're going to see that I'm not only working on the eyes, I'm working on the nose, I'm working on the brow, and I'm also going to be working on the mouth as well. So you want to kind of rough out all the features before you add details. It's always good to make the large forms and the large shapes before you add details to really any piece of artwork. That way, everything will look like it goes together in the end, instead of looking like it was made in separate parts. So now I'm adding clay for the end of the nose. I want to make it into a shape a little wider at the bottom where the nostrils are going to flare out. You could use your modeling tool to take away clay if you add too much and to reshape it into the shape that you want for the nose of the expressive face that you're making. Kind of indicating, just modeling where the front of the nose and the nostrils are kind of at different planes. And like I said, I'm just roughing it out right now. I'm not adding too many details. I just want the basic shape of the nose and maybe the length of the nose and also the width of the nose and the part of the nose that sticks out in the front.